Um, Yeah, so hello everyone, myself Aman. So I will be covering the S4HANA conversion overview topic for the today's session. So hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, it's visible.
Thank you. Hmm. So for today's objective for this session is like what is S4HANA, how it is different from SAP ECC, and lastly we will go on an overview of how the conversion takes place from ECC to S4HANA. So S4HANA is basically a new business suite which was introduced by SAP, which is based on HANA database, or we can say that it is an upgraded version of ECC. This is wholly owned by SAP itself. If I talk to about the main feature of S4HANA, that it is a column-oriented in-memory database. Like suppose data will be stored in column format, which result in fast processing and fetching of data. The live example I can tell about this, if you have gone through the IRCTC portal, the ticketing portal which we use, the railway use, that uses the HANA database at the back end. So the process of the data is very fast there. Mhm. You can use the ECC with HANA database, but to take full-fledged advantage, S4 we should use it on the HANA database only. And we can map the ECC with any other database like the database which are available in market like Sybase is there, MaxDB, DB2 and others. But S4 HANA only runs on HANA database. So this is the pictorial example like ECC can be clubbed with any database.
Pause for a second. So can you go to the previous slide? Okay, so Tim, on this slide, do you have any queries, any question, any doubts? Basically, this slide is depicting the difference between ERP and S4HANA system. So what Aman said, that ERP, what we call it as a ECC system. ECC system can run on any database, be it Oracle, be it SQL, SQL Server, MaxDB, Sybase, any database. But S4HANA can only be run on HANA database. That is one of the major difference. Any idea why this has been introduced by SAP? Anyone of you, if you have any idea that what is the underlying technology on HANA database and non-HANA databases?
Okay, in HANA database, so there is a code push down approach. So what we fetch from the database, it is easy to filter the data at database level in HANA DB.
Okay, so how does it happen? Why?
Because in the traditional database system, when we have to access some data from the database, we are taking the data, huge data, and after that, we are filtering the data to the loops, to the where condition, all these things. And at present, for presenting the data, we are presenting very few columns or few rows. Few amount of data we are presenting, we are accessing a huge data. Other side in HANA, we can restrict, we can apply all this filter at database level through the CDS. Can do the convergence at the database level, in query level. So whatever the data you need, you can pick that actual data from the database level itself. So it's obviously it's faster as compared to the other databases.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else?
Hello.
In-memory data storage.
Yeah, HANA database is an in-memory database, and in other database we can access by sequentially, sequence by sequence. But if we want to access in S4HANA, then we can access directly.
Okay.
which column or row we want to access.
Okay. Thank you so much. A good response. And it's correct that it is a in-memory database, and that is why HANA database is said to be lightning fast. Okay. Now, you guys just heard about one term, the row store and column store, right? So in HANA database, it is designed for the column store data. Okay. But non-HANA databases, such as Oracle and any other databases, they are primarily designed for row-based storage of data. As we know that any data which is stored as a row-based storage, any data which is stored in a row-based structure are very much write optimized, but the data which are arranged in column-based structure, they are read optimized. Okay, so that is why you might have seen in HANA database, whenever you run a query, okay, whenever you run a query to display any data, it is very fast as compared to the ERP system which is running on any other database. Okay, so the data which on HANA database is stored on column based, which is very much read optimized. That is why you get the good speed to retrieve the data through any query. Okay, on other side, the Oracle database, the relational databases, we would say the traditional databases, they run a row-based structure. Okay, Aman, you can continue.
Yeah. So SAP will provide the support for the ECC, the current system which are running till EHP 8 till 2027. Then afterward, the 3-year extended support will be provided by SAP for the latest 3 versions, which are EHP 6, 7, 8 till 2030. And after that, SAP will not provide support. So anyhow, we have to convert our system, go for the conversion from ECC to SAP S4 HANA.
So this is one of the very important point why we should focus on S4 HANA capabilities and the conversion capability, because SAP has already made a mandate that all the customers who are running their ERP system on up to EHP 5, they have to mandatorily convert their system from EHP 5, ECC 6 EHP 5 to S4 HANA by 2027. Okay, this is mandate. So we can expect a large number of customers moving from ERP, traditional ERP to S4 HANA system. Okay, going ahead by 2027. Okay, that is why it becomes very important for us. Yeah, move ahead.
So this process of converting or conversion from ECC to S4 HANA, the word which is currently very hot topic in today's industry, in SAP industry, is known as SAP conversion, which we are focusing on for in today's objective.
So anybody, anyone? Sorry, I meant to interrupt. Any idea about conversion? That what technically happens in the conversion? Any idea? Overview? Any high-level overview? What does this conversion mean?
Migrating the database, if I'm not wrong.
That becomes OSDB migration, right? We can do the OSDB migration, but that is not the conversion. Okay, so let me explain. If you see the structure of S4 HANA system, S4 HANA as a whole, it is just a suite. Okay, it's just a business suite, and it cannot be installed standalone. Just the way we used to install the ECC system, ERP systems. If you remember, anyone can go to Nehru Place, buy some CD and install it on their laptop, right? If you remember. That is not possible with S4HANA. Why? Because it is not a complete product in itself. It is just a suite. And it does need a separate database server, which is HANA database. Okay, so technically speaking, you would need two servers. One will be dedicated for the HANA database, and another server will cater the application. Okay, and your S4HANA application services will run on top of that server. Okay, this is S4HANA. Now, if you go on the application level, there are large, if you in ERP system, you will find hundreds of thousands of tables. Okay, just for example, if I take an example of the finance tables, FI tables, there are a lot of tables. A lot of tables you will find in the finance module. In S4HANA, you will find a relatively less number of tables in S4HANA. Like for example, this ACDOCA. ACDOCA is a consolidated table which contains large number of tables which used to be present in the ERP system. Okay. Now, your ERP system, ECC system, is having 100 of tables, which is going to get adapted into one single table in S4HANA, because that is the application structure of S4HANA, right? So the process of converting all these tables and pushing all the data which are residing in these tables in the target structure is known as conversion. Adapting the data structure of target environment according to the source environment is called conversion. Hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Are you clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or any doubt?
Sure.
Okay. So what we are doing here, we will convert the structure, the arrangement of data, how the data has been arranged in ERP system, that is going to get converted into the target structure, which is S4HANA. Because the structures are different, right? The data dictionary is different. Your repositories are different. Oh, okay. In the meantime, any idea what are the data dictionary objects and what are repository objects? Any key difference, if you remember? Okay, we will cover those things during the OSDB migration process. I think you guys can join that session also. That will be very, good for.
Yeah,
so
SAP,
you-
yes, sir. SAP repository is a collection of program reports, screen,
Mhm.
and many options.
Yeah. And dictionary? Data dictionary?
I'm missing in this side of that.
Okay, no problem. So just an overview. Anything what you can see in SE 11, that is dictionary. Okay.
Mhm.
Anything out of that will be your repository. It is just a kind of a thumb rule, but we will deep dive further during the technical session of the OSDB migration. Okay, then you can get a full flavor of that. Okay, so basically this conversion happens in 2-3 major steps. The one is preparation, and another one is the realization. And the third step would be the finalization, and that is the post conversion activity. Okay. So yeah, Aman, you can move back.
Yeah. So The conversion is divided into different phases. So on my screen, you can see that some are the prerequisites we have to check before starting the conversion of ECC to SAP S/4HANA. First of all, the system should not be a dual stack system. It means that the ABAP and Java should not be clubbed in the same system. They need to be splitted before starting the conversion process. How much HANA we need, it means that since the HANA database depends upon the memory we use in the database, so there are different type of license we need, like there are infos and uninfos. So we have to decide prior before converting the system to S4. Add-on compatibility, Fury roles we have to decide. Custom code analysis is the main check which need to be done with the help of the ABAP plus the functional team. And if there are any unused custom code which are not relevant to the S4 conversion to a target system, that should be removed before converting a system. Some more prerequisites like the system should be a Unicode system. ABAP server only, as I mentioned, that the system should not be a dual stack system. SAP Fury, like the Fury should be deployed on the system. It can be deployed in a two-way, like embedded, as well as the hub deployment option. Hub deployment option means like installing a Fury on a separate system and then linking it to an SAP. But SAP solely recommend to deploy it as an embedded along with the conversion.
Okay, so just pause for a second. Let's take 2 minutes on that. Yeah, please go ahead. Somebody is.
Yeah, hi sir. Nishit here.
Yeah.
Sir, just
Yeah.
wanted to know what is Unicode conversion?
Yeah. So you can see these are the technical prerequisites for the conversion. So any system which is expected to be converted into S/4HANA, one of the technical prerequisites is it should be Unicode system. Okay. So your query is about Unicode, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was about to ask this question to the open class, I mean, to everyone, that if you have any idea about Unicode, what is Unicode, non-Unicode, any idea to any one of you?
I think this is old language.
Sorry?
I think when all language is supportable, then it is called Unicode.
And what is non-Unicode?
Only two languages supported, Bandari or English.
2 languages in the system or where?
Supportable.
Okay. Okay, so in SAP system, if you log into the SAP system, you can see that there is a flag present in the system status, and you can check whether your system is Unicode or non-Unicode. Talking about Unicode system, it does actually it gives you an advantage, kind of a leverage, which universalize all the languages in one system. Okay, there is a universal language to be followed in the system. Whatever system which is following the universal language in its coding, ASCII coding, SCI coding, that system is known as Unicode. And whatever the systems which are not following that code, they are known as non-Unicode. Non-Unicode system can further be divided into 2 parts. One is, any idea? Okay. One is single code page, another one is MDMP. We call it MDMP. multi-data and multi-page, I guess. I'm not sure, but you can do some research on that. But single code page and multi code page, which are ambiguous in nature. Okay, any ambiguous language maintained in the system is taken as a MDMP non-Unicode system. So SAP doesn't support to convert a non-Unicode system to S/4HANA. It is mandatory to convert the Unicode system to a non-Unicode system to Unicode first, then only your S/4HANA conversion can happen. Okay.
Yes, sir. This can be seen in the properties, right, sir?
Let me give you an example of Unicode that maybe you guys will understand with that example. Suppose in India, in our SAP system, we have developed some program or some Z program in which we have defined some characters. For example, there is a star or maybe ampersand. Okay, ampersand we have defined. In India, everyone will understand that this is ampersand. But maybe there may be the case that the same sign, same character can be known as different thing in different countries. In China, maybe that symbol is known for something else, right? So the way we will depict that character in India would be different in China, in the same SAP system, right? So that becomes a non-Unicode system. How? China will enter there the same, the intention would be the same. Suppose I want to enter ampersand for my own language, something else. I am defining a value 5, say a value 5 for ampersand in India, but maybe in China they have defined something else for 5 in character. So they will enter a different character for value 5, and India people will enter a different character for value 5. Okay. In that case, there will be multiple codes available for all the users across the world. That is called non-Unicode system. But in the Unicode systems, it is already defined that whatever character you will put, and the system will convert those characters into the intended value in the ASCII language. Okay? Yeah, please go ahead. You had quick queries, right?
Yes.
कोई पूछ रहा था? ठीक है, go ahead. Aman.
Yeah. So the next step is in the preparation is the SI check, which stands for the simplification item check. Basically, it checks your system for data consistency and effect on the data after the conversion. Like suppose when you are on ECC, and you go on a target system, it will check the data consistency. Like when you convert the system, whether your data which is going on the target system will be consistent or not. So before converting the system, we need to make sure that all the checks which we are preparing through SI should be clear. Because once the sum is started, the converting process is started, it checks at the back end that this particular report is clear or not. If it is not clear, then it will be stuck, and we need to manually clear them.
Yeah, correct, Aman. So to add to his point, guys, this is most important part of the S/4HANA conversion project, wherein the functional team, mostly the SD, MM, FI, PP, and project lifecycle management, PLM team, all the functional teams are highly engaged during SI.
description.
So this is one of the most important part of the conversion project, which is started before conversion. Without completing this SI checks, we cannot move ahead. Okay, so I would recommend to please go through the learning materials in detail, especially for the functional team, and in some cases ABAP team is also required to, if we encounter any ABAP related or programming related issues during the checks, consistency checks. So this is a part of the preparation. As for HANA preparation, as I said earlier, that as for HANA conversion, project is divided into 3-4 parts. That is, the first part is the preparation, and this is a part of the preparation phase. Okay, the preparation phase consists of your SI checks, which is more 90% related to the functional checks, which will check the system readiness for the conversion. If it will check whether your system is ready for the conversion or not. Okay, if you encounter any red entries, that means you cannot convert your system to S/4HANA. That is a big blocker for you, and the entire project will fail. Okay, so most of the issues occur during due to customer and vendor mappings. Okay, the customer vendor integration things are to be done before starting your conversion. Okay, SAP provides a readiness check also. There is a readiness check report available in the system. When we run that checks, it will generate a report, a Word document, which will contain all the required information, in which the functional team, technical team, basis team has to go through that report and start their preparation. This is the layout of that report. Okay, this is the readiness check report. So these two are the important points to be remembered as a part of S/4HANA conversion preparation phase. Okay, two things: readiness check report and SI checks. Any doubt as of now? Once this preparation phase is completed, then we move to the next phase. And this is the report, transaction, I would say. This is a transaction / SDF / RC start check report. You can run it in C38. In client, basically, see, the conversion of SAP system happens technically on all the clients. Okay. That is why SAP recommends to remove all the unnecessary clients available in the system before starting your conversion. Sometimes it may happen that customers do create n number of clients in the system for testing purpose or for training purpose, but they do not use them. Right? They are unnecessarily taking space in the system database. And when you start the conversion will happen on all the clients. Thereby, it will increase the business downtime. To minimize the downtime, or I would say to optimize your downtime, total downtime, SAP recommends to remove the unwanted clients from the system before starting your conversion project. Okay, so these are a few important tips to be noted down. Okay, any doubt as of now?
No, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So along with the SI check, readiness check, we also have a custom code check, which is more on the ABAP end, which need to be checked before going for the conversion process. Basically, it checks all the codes which are available in a current system, whether they are compatible in the target system or not. So that is done through a transaction
Correct.
ATC, which we need to
We call
execute
it ATC checks, right?
a web
Automatic.
test.
Yeah. A web test cockpit. This is ATC check, and it requires minimum 7.52 basis version, a weapon basis. So if your system is running on higher version, that is, if your system is already running on EHP 7 and EHP 8 versions, then you can run your ATC checks on that system only. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to find out any other system in the landscape which is on NetWeaver 7.5 and above, 7.52 and above, and then on that you have to start the ATC checks and prepare a connection between that system, that and your existing ERP system, and your ATC checks will happen, and it will compare the codes between your existing ERP system, which is intended to be converted as for HANA, and your existing NetWeaver 7.52. It will compare the codes and it will generate a list of report which you can refer for the code adjustments. Okay. These are the few important notes. You can read these notes to have more clarity on the process.
Yeah, basically these notes have all the information like what all ATC contain, how to troubleshoot all the issues which if you face in this transaction. The next we have the client, as we already discussed that we need to delete any other extra client which are present in the systems. One more thing, we need to install any SAP Fury app which is installed on our SAP system before proceeding with the conversion. This next is the readiness check, which we already discussed, that it is a SAP graphic tool which is given by SAP. We can use this below URL to have a diagram like this. These are the three phases which lies under the release phase. The sum execute the DB migration for database migration. Software update will take place in the second step, and data conversion will be done in the third step. So there are different type of sum version available in the market. Now it depends upon what type of conversion migration we are doing. So depending upon our requirement, we need to download a sum which is readily available on the SAP marketplace. So like suppose sum 2.0 is basically used for ABAP system, whereas sum 1 can be used for dual stack and Java system. So we do not have to worry about this because once the maintenance planner is created, it picks up the sum version automatically as per our requirement. So sum is basically a SAP provided tool which will help us in a conversion process from ECC to S4HANA. SUM stand for Sum Upgrade Manager, Software Upgrade Manager. Yeah, so we have a different type of options available in sum while we are converting. These are the standard versus the downtime optimize. Downtime optimize basically it reduces the downtime activity and perform the activity during the uptime. So it basically saves the business downtime, and most of the high level activity are performed during the uptime only.
Okay, please pause. So, guys, any idea about some demo? Some tool, SEM tool, any one of you, if you might have heard about this term. So this tool, some tool is traditionally it was prepared and developed by SAP Labs to perform the upgrades. Okay, either the system maintenance, this patch upgrades or the version upgrades. Okay, now this tool has been evolved to perform some more activities like the migrations, conversions, downtime optimizations, minimize downtime services, all those kind of stuff. Now some tool can do. Okay, whenever your system, source system, which is going for the conversion, is running on HANA database, we call it as a SOH, system suite on HANA. Okay, for example, if you are having an ECC system, ECC EHP6 system, and its database is HANA database, it will be called as SOH, that is suite on HANA. And if you want to convert your system, which is already running on HANA database, to S/4HANA, then what you have to do, you have to just choose the SUM tool. SUM tool is an abbreviation of System Update Manager. Okay, so if your system is already running on HANA database, you will use the SUM tool, SUM option. Okay, but if your ERP system is running on any other database, then in that case, you have to do the database migration also. Because as I told you earlier, that your S4 system, S4 HANA system will run only on HANA database. So you cannot use your source environment, source database anymore after the conversion is done. So in that case, you have to use the DMO option of SUM tool. DMO is nothing but data migration option. The abbreviation of DMO is data migration option of SUM tool. Okay, so hope I'm clear about these terms.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when SUM tool is used, when DMO is used, what are the benefits of using DMO over SUM, and what are the scenarios in which we will use these options, right? Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, Aman had told us about something about downtime, right? So while migrating from ECC to S/4HANA, we usually ask our client, what is your downtime? So what does actually mean? Why do we ask them? Why do we ask our client that what is your downtime? What does it mean?
Okay, so it is a good question. So downtime is basically everything for any customer. Okay, just imagine that you are running your production system. Okay, customer is running his production system, and you are going to perform production server, and due to that activity, his system is going down. That means his business is going down. Okay. If your server is down, your business is down for the customer. So that is called the downtime. Downtime can further be divided into two parts. One is technical downtime, another one is business downtime. Okay. Suppose
Yes, sir.
I start my conversion, I start my upgrade on ECC system, and I say that when I will start my technical upgrade or technical migration, this tool will take around, say, for example, it takes around 50 hours, 50 hours to complete. Okay, and after that, this tool will be completed and SAP services will be up and running. And then we will perform our post-migration activities. Then functional team will perform their post-migration activities, right? So all the teams will log into the system and they will do their post activities. And after that only we will release the system to customer. Okay. So the time taken by the tool itself to do the upgrade was the technical downtime, because after that system was up and running technically. But at that time, our functional and technical team were doing the post steps, and customer was not able to use the system in that situation as well. So that becomes a total downtime for the customer. That becomes a business downtime. So business downtime is always on a higher side as compared to the technical downtime. Okay. The duration during which the system will not be available for the end users to perform any activity is called downtime. Is it clear now, or does it make sense?
Yes, sir. And sir, then during the downtime, so business would not stop. So then during the
it will
downtime,
stop.
whenever, then during the downtime, if we do or if we perform any activities, which definitely would not happen on SAP, then these activities, what will happen with these activities? We will update these activities later, or how it would work?
No. Which activities you are saying? The non-SAP activities?
No, sir. SAP activities. Let's say if there is a downtime, so business business would not stop, right? Client would not able to stop their business.
No,
Let's
it
say
will stop. Business will stop.
will stop for 50 hours.
Yes. For production system, that is why this downtime negotiations and downtime decision is very important for all the projects. Entire thing will go down.
So
And,
let's say if in the case of if it is a manufacturing client, and let's say if they manufacture, let's say steels, if they are manufacturing steels, so they'll stop their manufacturing, they'll stop their plants
their
for 50
manufacturing
hours.
will happen. See, what happens if it is a manufacturing unit? It depends on the business, right? Their business decision, how they are going to manage. But if say, for example, 24 hours of downtime has been approved by their management, then what they will do? Their production will happen. But the entry of those production data in the system is not allowed at that time. Production आपका हो रहा है, स्टील बन रहा है, but in system उसका record नहीं है. तो जैसे ही system up and running होगा, they will start putting all those records in the system, and that time ना आपका कोई चालान बनेगा, ना आपका सेल्स ऑर्डर बनेगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. आपका प्रोडक्शन ठीक है, प्रोडक्शन होकर रखा रहेगा, but no entry will be happening on the system level.
हाँ, तो सर वो लेटर ऑन अपडेट होगा ना?
हाँ, लेटर ऑन जैसे सिस्टम अप एंड रनिंग आएगा. आई मीन इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द बिजनेस, उनका मैनेजमेंट कैसे प्लान करता है सारी चीजें. इट विल डिपेंड ऑन देम.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
हाँ man, please go ahead.
Yeah. So we can also initiate so we can initiate a prerequisite check. Like suppose while doing the conversion, we can face many errors. So instead of going in a real life scenario, we need to do a prerequisite check, which will help us to gather all the real time scenario errors before we can run it on the production system. So we can use the prerequisite check option, which will give us the error, pre-detected error
So this
beforehand.
slide is basically important for the basis consultants, and they will run the prereq checks, and it will generate a CSV file report, and this report will be shared with the functional and ABAP team. Then they can analyze all the things.
Yeah.
Okay, next slide.
Yeah,
This is the benchmark.
regarding the basis.
Right?
Yeah, basis. Like we need
This
to
is also
download the
valid for
sum.
the basis team. So we do the benchmarking just to calculate the expected downtime in the system. How long, how much downtime system is going to take for so and so activity. If it is an upgrade or conversion, then based on that, the basis team will share the downtime figures with the business, and then business will sit together and they will decide whether to go with those figures or they will request the basis team to optimize the downtime further. Okay, based on the results which are gathered during the benchmarking process. This is the overall process. This is very important slide. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this slide. This will give you a holistic overview of all the entire process of system conversion. So if you can see, it has been divided into two parts, uptime and downtime. Okay, in the uptime, your this is the sum tool process actually, but from the business standpoint, all the activities before the conversion are called as uptime activities, wherein your system will be updated, upgraded, and your all the repositories will be read, and shadow system will be created. All those kind of activities will happen, and once the system is ready for the conversion, it will go into downtime phase. And from this phase, the execution, post-processing, and finalization. These three, during these three phases, system will not be available for the end users, and all the services will be down, and this will be known as the technical downtime. And plus, this is the technical downtime, and after that, once this process is completed, post conversion activities will be performed by the technical and functional team, and then that will be also calculated as a business downtime. ठीक है. I think these are the study materials. If you want, you can go through all these things. And if you have any query, just you can either send an email for the clarification, or just you can ping any of the basis team member. These are the technical roadmaps, how the conversion happens. Yeah, next slide. These are the just learning material. You can go through all these things. And these are the references. If you want, go to the references slide, Aman.